What's up everyone, Art here, and today I'm introducing and installing a fun new little part. It's the OVERTAKE e-brake drift button. Some of you watching might be familiar with what a drift button for a Subaru is. For those of you who don't know, let me take it out of the packaging. I'll show you the beautiful OVERTAKE blue version. Now, if you've ever cranked on your e-brake, you know that the top side there's a little button, usually in chrome. It's kind of ugly. This replaces that, and so aesthetically it looks a lot nicer. It's got this really cool ergonomic design, and it also has a party piece that I'm going to show you after we install it into the car. Outside the OVERTAKE blue, we've got three other color choices. One of them is the red. We've got a black version here. And then this one is actually made out of stainless steel, while the rest of them are aluminum, and we've kept it raw for that really nice shiny look. All the color options are really nice. I particularly like the stainless because it matches the bottom side of the OVERTAKE mod knob, but for the purpose of this install, I think we're gonna go with the OVERTAKE blue and put it into our WRX right behind me. The really nice thing about these drift buttons is they're about the simplest install you're ever gonna do. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is take the chrome button off here. Now these are threaded, but also a little bit of glue is on them from the factory. So you do have to break it free with something like a pair of pliers. You guys can try and protect it without damaging it. I don't really care because we're gonna be tossing this and we're not gonna be looking back. So that just threads right out. And once you take it off, inside you'll notice there's a little spring. Now right now we're gonna retain this, and all we're gonna do is grab one of the OVERTAKE drift buttons and it'll thread directly on until it bottoms out. Now in this configuration, you have the factory functionality. So in other words, when you click it down, the e-brake goes down, and then when you crank the e-brake up, it sticks in place. You do have the aesthetics and the ergonomics of the new button, so you can leave it at that. But if you're a little more rowdy like I am, what you can do is twist it back off. And you remember that spring that I told you was in there?
15 minutes later.
Once you have the button off, take a pick or a little screwdriver and just pop that spring out and set that aside. Put the button back on, and I'll show you exactly what that does. You can see with the spring gone, the drift button actually sits a little bit lower because the spring is not compressed in between anymore. Now what that does is allow the locking mechanism to not engage. So you can see that it goes up and down by itself. That means if you want to go get a little rowdy with the car and not have your e-brake lock up automatically, you can do that now. The really cool thing is if you do need to park it, you just flick the button out and there it is in park. You can walk away from the car, come back, and get right back to drifting. Now, as always at OVERTAKE, we like to test out our products, and it just so happened to snow a couple days ago, so I'm gonna take out our WRX and put this part to the test. That is absolutely one of my favorite pieces that we've come out with in the last couple of months. If you guys want to have as much fun as I just did in the last 10 minutes, then go to overtakeusa.com, pick up one of our new e-brake drift buttons, and enjoy it in your car.